everyone, we are here with Hakan. You just came over from Summer Games Fest. Tell me about that experience.
Oh, it was very nice. I was all the way from the waiting room with Mads Mikkelsen. He's such a sweetheart, down to earth, really cool guy. So we were just joking and hanging out. And but then when we came in, I was a bit nervous because there are a lot of people and whatnot. So, but it was a fantastic experience. People really received it well. A lot of cheering and whatnot. So. And then when, both with MindsEye and also with when Bond came on, and of course when we invited Mads Mikkelsen, so the roof just came off, so that was good.
It was really fun to see hear the crowd reaction whenever Mads came on stage as well. So that was really exciting. Was there anything else that was announced at Summer Games Fest that you were excited about?
I mean, besides the games that we showed, it was really great to. Just hang around and watch the Summer Game Fest. The whole event itself is extremely exciting.
Yeah.
It's a major thing for our industry. So it was really, really great to see all these great games get announced. Me as a gamer, it's not only about what I have and what we're showing, but it's just to see how the industry is thriving with all this creativity. Yeah. So that was awesome.
It really is a celebration of gaming this week. I feel like ever since I was a kid, this time is such a special time for everyone who's in the industry and for fans. So it's really cool to actually hear that from someone who is so renowned.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited for the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This man doesn't even need an introduction. He is legendary, iconic in itself, and the fact that you are here in Los Angeles with us is incredible.
Thank you.
This is David Bateson.
Hello there.
The Agent 47 forever.
Yeah, literally forever. Thanks, Britanni.
No,
25 years. I was bald then.
But not many people can say that. You have been this character for so long that
it's crazy.
Yeah. Like, how has that experience been, and what are some of your best memories from the 25 years of recording this character?
Well, the way I look at it, I look at it like he's a close personal friend of mine. That's probably very bad to say that, but and then so when I play the role, I take him with me, and he just feels like he's got a good friend. We're going to go and shoot some pool and have a beer and kill a few people on the way.
Just casual.
Yeah, nothing
Just murder
personal.
a couple people on the way.
By the way, if anyone wants anyone removing this weekend, special offer. I'll do them on the house. There we go. Yeah.
So you were able to watch the showcase today. What were your reactions to it?
Whoa, I was seriously, absolutely blown away. One, because we had the big, fantastic secret of Mads Mikkelsen turning up, which was very exciting. But two, just the whole, I've been there from the very beginning when it was like 5 computer nerds in a garage, the whole professional presentation of it. I felt very proud, and I was...
You should be.
I nearly moved to tears. But no, so I was blown away. And I was just very proud on their behalf.
It was a really cool moment to see Hakan and Mads on stage together. The crowd, the reaction to all the news, and 007, like, the crowd goes wild, and it's deservingly so.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a hell of a journey. And apart from a little tiny hiatus when I was nearly replaced, big mistake, I directed. Anyway, don't mention the war. But no, but that again, what was extraordinary about that issue was that it was the fans that IO Interactive are extremely good at listening to the fan base. And when they went, nope, we're not having it. We're not going to buy the pre-order, And when 3 or 4 months later, they went, okay, let's bring him back. And they did, bless them. And they actually, the leadership of IO Interactive, put their own jobs on the line in doing so, because at that point they were owned by, I think it was Square Enix.
Yeah.
So they went behind the backs of Square Enix and sneaked me in and recorded it, and then flew, I believe, to Montreal and went, guys, be honest, what do you think? And they went, okay, yeah, we'll go with the bald guy.
We'll go with the one that actually looks like the Hitman himself.
Yeah, I mean, what are the chances?
Wait, turn around.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
You had to do it.
The pain.
Well, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Pleasure.
I'm so excited for everyone who's watching online to see what we have in store.
Me too.
But thank you so much.
Pleasure. Bye now.
That was fun. Hello, everyone. I am here with Adam Whiting, the Assistant Game Director of MindsEye. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. I'm having a great time. It's such a pleasure to be here, so thank you.
No, absolutely. It's a night of celebration. So what were your thoughts and reactions to the showcase today?
Yeah, I mean, wow, everything looks so good. I'm so excited to play the Chiffre mission. I'm so excited for Bond as well. Yeah, pretty much excited for everything that I saw so far. I'm really excited that players got to see our final trailer for MindsEye.
It must feel good to finally have your trailer out and to start seeing fans talk about it.
Yeah, it's really exciting, like genuinely. But what's even more exciting than that is the fact the game comes out on Tuesday and players can actually play it for the first time. I mean, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, that's actually huge news, and and really fun that you can come out of this and go straight into playing the game. Where most of the announcements, you're like, oh, I have to wait a year for that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, very exciting. So yeah.
What are you looking forward to tonight for the IOI showcase?
Well, I'm actually looking forward to everything on the menu, really. I mean, I'm a bit of an IOI fan, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Hitman mission.
Yeah.
And really excited to play it when I get home, so all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I am excited too, and it looks like the show's about to start because everyone's going in, so we should probably get going. Hello, everyone. Gamers of the world, welcome to a celebration of play, creativity, and passion. Welcome to the very first IOI Showcase. We are live from the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood, and I am Brittany Johnson. I'm going to be your host for the night. We're going to have a really fun night talking about games, first looks, deep dives, and yes, sprinkle in a couple surprises. But, you know, we'll finally get to meet the creators of the magic and have a panel at the end of the show, too. So buckle up, power up, and lock in. Our first guest is none other than the CEO of IO Interactive, Hakan Abrak.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of Hitman. From a team of few passionate tech pioneers, IOI grew to build more ambitious projects, such as Hitman, World of Assassination, which created its own genre with a single-player game that gave thousands of hours of fun. On our mission to bring Hitman everywhere, whether it's by bringing Hitman to new platforms or by collaborating with celebrities as elusive targets, we just reached a new milestone, as we count 80 million players in the World of Assassination. And 25 million units sold since 2016. Our fans have supported us all these years, whether they recently joined the ride or joined it as early as I did. So I just want to say thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Christian, Chief Creative Officer at IO. Hitman and the World of Assassination launched in 2016. So we're coming up on almost a decade of a live and ever-expanding game, including our very popular Elusive Targets. Back then, we created the opening level in Paris as a sophisticated, high-stakes location for a classic international spy thriller. And today, it becomes the perfect backdrop for a crossover between Hitman and James Bond. We're introducing the iconic Bond villain Chiffre as an elusive target, and it's a perfect fit for Hitman and Paris, and we are immensely proud to team up with Denmark's own Mads Mikkelsen for a reprisal of his iconic role. So it's time to look at some gameplay. Please welcome IO designers Eskil and Martin.
Good morning, 47. Your target is the elusive shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre. A financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld, he has made a fortune manipulating global markets by orchestrating disruption to drive stock fluctuations in his favor. However, a recent failed venture left him in dire straits, losing vast sums of both legitimate and illicit capital. In a desperate bid to recover, he has arranged a high-stake poker game at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable. Should Le Chiffre succeed, it will fortify his ability to fuel a dangerous network, an outcome they cannot allow. Be warned, Le Chiffre is calculating and ruthless. He will not go down without a fight. Good luck.
All right, hi guys. We're just going to show a little sneak peek of what's happening in the level. So we jumped in a little bit. Here 47 has already obtained this invite. And you can just, Jonathan, just play the video from here. And there's a guard that he sort of needs to deal with. And as we know, 47, everything in his hand is a weapon. So he's using the trusty old suitcase. And of course he needs to hide the body, because if found, the level is gonna spiral out of control. And what he has in it is the sniper rifle. Hopefully he's just gonna use it now as a binocular.
So we can get a good look of the level that was built. We constructed a whole playable casino experience on the ground floor of Paris. So in true Hitman fashion, this is all participatory. You can sit down at any of these tables and play poker or play roulette with the NPCs. And obviously we're working towards playing poker against Le Chiffre.
Where did you get the invite from?
I got it from the gentleman in red by beating him at roulette. But there are many other ways to get the invite. Of course, Hitman is all about freedom of approach.
And here you are stashing the rifle, because we're going for a different approach in this playthrough. Trying to beat Mr. Le Chiffre at his own game.
I think he's just in the next room. And we're going to get a chance to see the main attraction.
That is Le Chiffre, shadow banker and mathematical genius. You need to stay on your toes. He has never been defeated in a poker game.
And there we have Mads, or Le Chiffre, in all his beautiful 3D glory. He was so amazing to work with. I was at the voice recordings, and the way that he just jumped into that role was magnificent.
Mr. Reaper, RPG didn't tell me he had a friend. Don't tell me he gambled his invite. Idiot. Reaper, unusual name. Or is that your real name? I've never come across it.
Names are for friends, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Le Chiffre?
True. I'm just not fond of unexpected guests. I'd like to know who I'm dealing with.
Me too.
Shall we begin?
After you.
Bateson is still doing a very solid job as Mr. 47. So I know this was a sort of a dream come true for you to...
Yeah. Like, as a Hitman developer and fan, I always wanted to make a casino level. It's like, it's a no-brainer, right? And having Le Chiffre and Mads Mikkelsen, it's like the perfect combination.
If you can beat Le Chiffre, he will be financially destroyed. Then General Murillo will take care of the rest.
Well, what a pleasant surprise.
Mr. Smith. I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
You know each other?
Yeah, we go back. Don't we, Mr.
Reaper?
Yes, of course. Mr. Reaper.
Well, this is turning into an interesting evening. Shall we continue?
Oh, please do. I'm sorry.
Esteemed guests, welcome to the VIP room here at the Casino Monarchique. I am Monsieur Jameson, and I will be your dealer tonight. As per Mr. Le Chiffre's arrangements, we are going to play a cash game of Texas Hold'em poker. Your pre-board chips have been placed on the table before you.
As in any Hitman game, the player is always free to, like, freedom of approach is sort of the staple of the series.
The small blind will be Mr. Le Chiffre.
As you can see, he has a silenced pistol holstered, so the player could just take out Le Chiffre now.
Monsieur Smith.
But we're doing something different here.
Mademoiselle Bai.
I'm calling.
Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I'll call.
I'll now deal the flop. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I think I'll bet 4 million.
It's not a bad hand.
Monsieur Reaper.
47, your hand is strong. Lure the other players into betting big.
$65% odds. I think I'm gonna call.
Raise him. There he is, touching his
Call.
Nice.
Monsieur Smith.
Call.
Mademoiselle Bai.
I'll sit this one out. Fold.
Time for the turn. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I think I'll bet 4 million.
Monsieur Reaper.
47, have you noticed Le Chiffre keeps touching his face like he has a tic? I think he's bluffing. Raise him.
We're sitting on a full house, so seems like good advice.
Raise.
The bet is now 8 million euros. Monsieur Smith.
I don't have the hand for this. I'll fold.
Monsieur Le Chiffre.
It looks like it's down to you and me, Mr. Reaper. Call.
Last community card. The river. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I think I'll bet 4 million.
Monsieur Reaper.
Seems like a slam dunk.
Raise.
The bet is now 8 million euros. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
Call.
Gentlemen, showdown, please. Monsieur Le Chiffre. 4 of a kind.
He faked the tell. Unfortunate. He has us beat.
Monsieur Reaper.
Show your hand.
Full house. Monsieur Le Chiffre wins.
Well played, Mr. Reaper. But alas, not good enough. Are you feeling okay? You look a little pale. You should never accept a drink from a stranger.
47, I detect poison on your biomarkers. Le Chiffre's signature poison. Keep calm, we've prepared for this. We have an antidote in the stash point in the parking lot. Now go.
I need to use the bathroom.
All right.
If you insist. We will take a 30-minute break and then resume.
Just walk out of there calmly. When we were playing this, Eskil was giving me instructions where to go. He's like, go left, go right, go down the stairs.
Run, run.
I'm just gonna throw a hammer at this guy.
You need to pick up your pace, 47. You have 20 seconds left.
Doesn't seem viable. I hope the poison isn't lethal.
No! Kind of filter that block out.
47, can you hear me? 47. 47, come in, please!
It's under control, General. It's just a minor snag. Who knows? It could be anyone. Oh, he'll talk. Trust me. Yes. Yes, you'll get your money. I'm on a winning streak. Hold on, he's waking up. I'll keep you posted. You're awake. Good. How are you feeling, Mr. Reaper?
Constricted.
Well, I felt it was a necessity, one I must confess I rather enjoyed. Do you know why I'm good at cards, Mr. Reaper? I can read people. I could spot Mr. Smith a mile away, and the two others, I know. But you? Nothing.
What can I say? I just have one of those faces.
Yeah, well, I have a lot riding on the game tonight, so I get nervous when a total stranger suddenly turns up. And I just can't work him out. Okay. Let's not waste each other's time. Who are you? CIA? MI6? FSB?
Does it matter?
Well, it matters to me. Are you here to kill me?
I was hoping to outsource that part to Murillo.
So you do know something. I assure you the General will not be killing anyone tonight. So tell me who you are and what you're doing here. Right. If that's how it's going to be, you are giving me no option but to take more extreme measure.
I'm sure I can handle it.
Don't be too sure. I've picked up a thing or two over the years that have proven quite effective.
Why don't you show me?
Anyone seen Casino Royale?
You are something.
Chiffre, you got a game to play. The General won't be happy if you don't.
Yes, I know.
Aww.
Shame. Guess we'll just have to wait. I will be back.
Can't wait.
Keep an eye on him.
Don't do anything stupid.
Right.
Almost. Postponed.
47, can you hear me? The Chiffre is going to come back and kill you. You need to get out of there. Use any means possible.
All right. We're going to cut it off there. And if you want to find out how to get out of that pickle, you can play it right now, because it's out.
Guys. All right, I hope you guys all enjoyed that little sneak peek of Le Chiffre. And for everyone that's in the room, that will be playable out in the lounge. But what's even better, for everyone watching online, it is free to play right now. You don't even have to own the game. Go to the store, you can play the mission right now. And you know what, let's go ahead and take another look at what's next for Hitman. Introducing Vero, our Chief Development Officer at IO.
Hello, we are celebrating 25 years of Hitman. Beyond Le Chiffre return, we have two new, incredible, elusive targets coming to the world of Assassination. One will go live this fall, the second one in the winter. And these will come to the world of Assassination with a lot of different new challenges, but also feature contract and twist drop. So stay tuned. Hitman is also expanding onto multiple new platforms. In fact, the pod in the lounge are running natively on the newly launched Nintendo Switch 2. And we encourage everybody here to go and have a go at it. And following the amazing reception of Hitman in VR, we wanted you to know that our team back home is extremely excited to bring further enhancement and content in the update that goes live tonight. And there is more. Hitman, the world of Assassination, is a globe-trotting action fantasy. And now you can truly travel Hitman in your pocket. In the lounge, you can already experience the game running natively on iOS. Hitman promises the freedom to play however you want. You can now choose a platform that fits the moment. So from PC, console, VR, and mobile. There is more. And as a final twist, Hitman is also going analog. We are partnering with Mood Publishing to bring Hitman to life in a completely new format.
Hello everyone, Casper from Mood Publishing here. At Mood, we specialize in making memorable board games. And today, I am beyond excited to share with you that we're teaming up with our close friends at IO Interactive to bring a dream project of ours to life. Hitman, the board game, is coming to Kickstarter later this year.
In this one-of-a-kind multiplayer board game, players take on the role as master assassins traveling the world to take on high-stakes targets. Every time you play, you compete against other players on the same job. Whoever can take down the target in whatever way they seem fit gets the payout and wins the game.
Just like in the video games, every board you play on invites you into an immersive world filled with culture and storytelling, providing a perfect backdrop for the globe-trotting assassin. Fans will recognize many iconic weapons, memorable moments, and familiar characters. Hitman the board game promises to be a fun, competitive experience and the essential assassin game in every fan's collection.
That's it for now. The best thing you can do to stay up to date is to follow our page over on Kickstarter today. Oh, and if you'll excuse me, I have to get out of here before I'm compromised. Bye.
All right. We're prototyping and working closely with the great team at Mood. And I can tell you it feels really special to sit there with the other players, your fellow assassins, and you're trying to take out the target first. And speaking of playing Hitman with friends, we have one final sneak peek. We want you to team up with a friend and enjoy Hitman in co-op. So two new playable characters, Stone and Knight, return from their appearance in our sniper co-op mode to a full-blown Hitman co-op experience. We invite you to play a set of exciting missions across our world of Assassination, challenge you to rethink your approach now that you're going to play as a duo. So, it's still early days, but we can't wait to be back with more news on Hitman co-op soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian. For those of you who are with us today, you will have a chance to try the demo of the iOS version of Hitman World of Assassination in the lounge after the show. But that was a lot of exciting news for Hitman. News for the Anniversary Edition coming out in October, the release on the iOS, another on Switch 2, 3 new elusive targets coming in Le Chiffre, and a collab between 007 and Hitman, the summer roadmap, and the cherry on top of the cake, Hitman co-op. But now, let's dial in. Focus, because what's next is a different kind of assignment. The stakes, global. The style, impeccable. The mission, for your eyes only. You know the number, you know the man, but you've never seen him like this before. It's time to step into the origin of the world's most iconic secret agent.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that. Tell me, what do you do, James? Lately, headhunting. I suppose this is another teachable moment.
You liked it? Not too bad? I still have goosebumps when I see this. We just revealed to the world a new James Bond game, the first one in over a decade. We're honored to be able to bring to the gaming world a 007 franchise for the players. We imagined the first steps of James Bond as a young, yet rebellious aircrewman who, thanks to his instincts, defied all odds and got propelled into MI6. We also reimagined versions of the characters that shaped Bond as we know him today, such as a younger and ambitious M, who strongly believe in the human judgment on the field. It's not only a faithful and original take on James Bond's origin story, but it's also an incredible action-adventure game, building on 25 years of mastering the agent fantasy at IO Interactive. Creative approach is what makes Bond defy the odds, and we want players to feel like Bond when they play First Light. But we will talk more about all that later this summer. And that would not be an authentic Bond experience without the partners who helped us design our vehicles, our costumes, and game moments. And we are working closely with NVIDIA to bring the latest ray tracing technology to First Light.
All right, what an exciting adventure. 007 First Light will release in 2026, so please sign up to your IOI account and get free rewards in Hitman and 007 First Light, and wishlist a game on your favorite platform.
Well, that's not all. As always at IOI, we want to reward our community for showing their unwavering support. With every significant milestone in our wishlist numbers, we will grant players additional rewards on day one.
Ooh, I'm sure everyone's speculating what those tiers will be. Well, I can't wait to know more about 007 First Light. When are we going to get more news?
We'll be back with a full gameplay reveal later this summer.
All right. Thank you, Hakan.
Thank you so much.
Everyone, mark this in your calendars. And Bond returns later this summer with an actual gameplay. That's going to be absolutely incredible. So now let's see how the magic is done at IOI. Please welcome Ulas, Chief Technical Officer.
Hello everyone. This has been a transformative year for I.O. The progress you have seen today across our games, trailers and announcements is a direct result of our incredible talent in our studios, empowered by our tools and technology we built over decades. Every title we have showed today runs on Glacier, our own game engine, and Glacier has been continuous development over 25 years. It's not just a matter of the heritage, it is because no off-the-shelf game engine could handle the systematic complexity of Hitman and Bond, nor support the kind of cross-platform and performance we're delivering today. Glacier is a purpose-built for the kind of games I.O. makes, deeply interactive, technically ambitious, and globally scalable. What sets Glacier apart? Its modular design and ability to scale seamlessly across platforms from consoles to PC to mobile without compromising the creative intent. Glacier is the foundation that allows our teams to move fast, stay creative, and build the kinds of games that we believe in. And it's the reason we can deliver at the level of the quality and the scope of what we've seen today. Thank you so much.
There's a lot of IOI games made with Glacier Engine, and I think it's safe to say they're all absolutely gorgeous. Well, now a few months ago, IOI announced a new publishing division. IOI Partners with their first title, MindsEye, developed by Builder Rocket Boy. So, let's dive into another world, a world that feels strangely close to home sometimes. We've seen the jaw-dropping trailers for MindsEye, the blockbusting thriller produced by Leslie Benzies and its team. Please welcome Adam Whiting.
Hey everyone, Adam Whiting here, Assistant Game Director at Builder Rocket Boy. Really excited to be showing you all some new gameplay footage from MindsEye that comes out on Tuesday, the 10th of June, so not long to go now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into the action here, straight into a mission. Here we go. Straight into a mission from the latter third of the game, and at this point, Jacob Diaz, our protagonist, has had his MindsEye implant reactivated, and he's accompanied by his companion drone. Now this drone gives Jacob some unique combat abilities that we'll see during gameplay here. Now, we've worked tirelessly to create a very immersive and cinematic experience, and the story is a key part of that. So we've bleeped out certain bits of dialogue. I don't want to spoil anything for players, looking forward to delving into the narrative. What I can say, though, is that something very interesting has just taken place that's thrust the city into chaos. It's raining for the first time in years, and the city is under martial law. The military have moved in and are locking down the city as the automated AI systems that drive Red Rock have started to come undone. Now, Rigby is going to be assisting us on this mission and helping us navigate the predicament Jacob finds himself in right now. Now, in MindsEye, players can't just run in all guns blazing, but instead have to navigate the environment methodically and carefully, looking for vantage points and environmental elements that can give them an advantage. There is no surefire, one-size-fits-all way to approach combat. But by utilizing the vast array of weapons and the potency of the combat drone, players can approach combat in a variety of different ways. Players can also utilize the lens device. Now, this is an AR contact lens that is the replacement for the smartphone in this world, and they can use this to scan the environment, and it'll actually help players keep track of where enemy targets are and help them strategize how best to neutralize them. And it also handily highlights pickups on the ground. So the DC-2 companion drone has a few key functions. One of them we're about to see right now is a zap ability. Now this stuns targets, and it can be used to override electronic systems such as keypads and doors. It's also particularly potent against robotic enemies as it temporarily disables them. Now we try and keep players immersed in the narrative. So we have many cinematic moments, and players seamlessly transition in and out of these throughout the course of the game.
Navigate to Perez Mines. Oh, shit! Rigby! My drone's been hit!
What's the damage?
Critical! I'm lost power! I'm going down!
Shit!
Bracing!
Diaz, you there?
Oh, I think I'm all right.
Those sky cars can withstand a lot of force.
Well, it's not the drone I'm worried about, Rigby. It's me.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Right.
I've dispatched a recon drone to your location to lead you out of there.
The city feels different right now. Under martial law, the citizens of Red Rock have fled from the streets, and very few remain. This is in stark contrast to the other times players have navigated through this downtown area on previous missions, where it's full of life. The streets now have an almost eerie quality to them, as the main thing inhabiting them are the patrolling military vehicles, the soldiers subjugating the residents of Red Rock. However, the military group that have taken over here are called Black Box. They aren't operating with the best interests of Red Rock City at heart. They have a different agenda. And as such, the robotic forces patrolling the streets are answering to them and are fighting against Jacob.
You want to tell me what you were doing?
At least you're not pretending you thought he was dead.
Why would I pretend that someone is dead that you
As
worked
players
so hard
progress
to
through the story, they face increasingly difficult enemies that are more tactically adept, as well as better armed. And as Jacob encounters these new factions, he gains access to their weaponry, adding to the player's ever-expanding arsenal.
I know Charlie helped you. And I know you spent a ton of time running around placing mystery devices onto
the robotic enemies players encounter are also susceptible to the companion drone and its ability to hack them, making them work alongside rather than against Jacob. This is a key strategic element, as they can cause a distraction, tank some of the shots for Jacob, or they can just be a useful and potent combat ally, using their advanced robotic weaponry to aid players in battle.
Everything you've done, everywhere you've been.
Yeah, I knew that.
Well, in that case, I'm just a little bit impressed back. I take it those little boxes you put caused the event we just witnessed.
They were ODTs. Don't ask me what they do.
The DC-2 drone also allows Jacob to use it to scout ahead, seeing through its eyes, so players can plan ahead and approach each combat encounter in a more tactical way if they choose to. I also want to highlight the music and audio design. We've got a really talented audio team, and they've really given MindsEye a unique vibe through not only its sound design, but also its soundtrack, building tension and ramping up the excitement as the action escalates.
There's a construction site.
Now we're just going to jump ahead here a little bit, as we're just about to approach a construction site, and Rigby is trying to help us navigate to a vehicle that she's having auto-drive its way over to us. She's our eyes and ears right now, helping us navigate through this area.
We're gonna fix this. We're the only ones who can stop Lamry. Right. Now, if I can get this thing overhead, I might be able to... Shit. The drone
Well, at
is
least
lost.
you was. Now it's down to Jacob.
You have to keep me updated now. I've lost all visual.
Now, whilst MindsEye is a linear narrative-driven experience, we have built an entire city, and we use this in various ways. In situations like this, players can navigate through the terrain how they see fit, and they can find different ways to get to their objective. Some may be more fraught with peril than others, and players can use a DC-2 drone to figure out their best path forward.
Coming to the other side.
As you can see, there are a variety of different weapons to suit different play styles and scenarios. Some of these laser-based robot weapons are particularly potent and a key part of your arsenal as you get into the latter stage of the story and are fighting highly trained military personnel as well as cutting-edge robots.
Engaging!
Throughout the story, we have a huge variety of different environments and locations that change things up, from slick urban environments to isolated desert locations, beautiful skylines to sumptuous vistas. MindsEye is full of spectacle and surprise, and we're really excited for you all to be able to play it next week. As you can see, players will also have to keep their wits about them at all times, as these black box enemies are quick, agile, and tactical with how they'll try and flank Jacob from various sides.
I see it.
Okay, go.
Now we can flee the area in the vehicle Rigby has sent over to us. However, the city has a different feeling right now. Instead of being full of traffic to navigate through, there are now military checkpoints the player has to try and avoid. The driving in MindsEye feels fun, responsive, and thrilling as you take corners at high speed, and we use this in a variety of different ways.
Got it.
Now, one of those ways is through Play MindsEye. During the story, at certain points, the player will find portals that allow them to jump into side missions and stories, some expanding the world and giving more narrative context, some are just there because we think they're fun. And players can also bring up the pause menu at any time and launch one of a variety of different missions, races, and other gameplay experiences, built by our team using our special no-code editor tools that make game creation accessible to anyone. And players on PC can select the Build MindsEye option to start building their own content and share it with everyone else at the press of a button. We've already got some exciting updates in the works that will allow players to build their own environments, not being constrained just to Red Rock City, and also adding in multiplayer. And when we add new functionality and features, we'll not just be highlighting it with our own Play MindsEye content, but allowing players to use these additions within their own content and tell their own stories through Build MindsEye. We're really excited about the opportunity Play and Build will give us to keep players engaged with new content on a very regular basis, and we're committed to the long-term vision of MindsEye and are looking forward to you all joining us on this exciting journey together. So you can pre-order MindsEye now to gain access to our deluxe edition for free, and we're excited to see you all in Red Rock City on the 10th of June. Thank you. And lastly, I just want to thank our partners at IOI for sharing this vision for the future of gaming with us and for allowing us to be part of their special showcase today.
Adam, thank you so much. And thank you for all your hard work and efforts, and thank you for the team back at Barb, and thank you, Leslie. You've created an amazingly ambitious, awesome game, and we couldn't be more proud to work with you as partners, and we're looking forward to get this game out to the fans 10th of June. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We are out here in the lobby while you guys are inside exploring what is about to be available to you. I am with Nicole, the global brand manager for IOI Showcase, or no, IO Interactive. Yeah, you're like, but like, beyond that, there has been so much planning and passion that has gone into tonight. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's been like a blast. I mean, like we are working on all these news, all these like new features, new addition to the Hitman game, and for like so long that actually in the end, being able to reveal everything tonight here and showcase it to the world for the first time is just like amazing. And we are super happy, and I'm super excited to be here and have like actually guests trying on some of our latest addition to the franchise.
Yes, and speaking of everything that's been revealed tonight, if you come out to the lobby after the showcase, sorry for everyone at home, even though you're able to try it out too, we'll have different pods where you can actually try out the Switch 2 and iOS version, right?
Yes, exactly.
So let's show us around a little bit.
Yeah, so we are going to have here the Switch 2 version of the game with like Eskil, our game designer, giving you a bit of tips and tricks on the game. And over there, we're going to have mobile pods ready. And the game is coming this summer, runs natively on iOS.
And for everyone online and in the showroom, we have a surprise coming up for you. All right, we have Adam, who you saw earlier, David Bateson, our voice of Agent 47, Mads Mikkelsen, everybody. Woo! Hakan. Oh, yeah, we have Christian and Ula. So we have everyone, the whole team here today. See, told you wanted to stick around. Look at you guys. Everyone's so handsome. Okay. So we're going to have a couple questions that I'm going to give our panelists, and then we're going to take some questions from the audience. But I think what would be really special is starting off with, you know what, a little story. Because Mads, David, you guys have known each other from before Hitman. And I know there's a little anecdote that can be told here that's quite special.
Yeah, it's... This is a real premiere. Mads and I worked on a small film together back in 98, 99. You was
94.
Oh my God.
You're that old, David.
Who am I again? Anyway, you were at drama school, which is so scary. We did this little movie. It was a love triangle. He was having an affair with my wife. Yeah. And the short story is this. I go away hunting. It's set in 1895, a long time ago, right? I go away off hunting. He turns up to seduce my wife. She's putting the sheets out on the line, and he starts sneaking up and fumbling around with my wife. And anyway, he did something. I'm watching this scene. He's about 25, 30 feet away from me. I'm standing next to the director. We got a monitor in front of us, and I'm watching it live. He goes and leans against this pole as she's putting these sheets on the washing line, and he's like, waiting for you. I'll wait. And then he does something which totally rocked my boat. He starts spitting because he's such a romantic guy. No, he's looking at her. His arms are folded, and he's leaning back, and he just goes... And he does this a couple of times. So I lean across to the director, and I'm going, wait a minute. That's not very sexy. And I'm looking at him doing it live, and then I looked at the monitor, and something was insane. It was brilliant. It was sexy and raw and just, I'll let you finish, and then you're mine. The point is, I leaned across to the director during the take, and I whispered to him, Sarah, to go, what did I say? Yeah, I've got to get this right, because that's right. Oh, yes, right. I said to him, does Mads know what he's doing? And the director leaned over to me and said, I don't think so, but don't tell him. Because it was insanely good.
It worked on your wife, though.
No, I'm rather pleased about that because she's here tonight. No, but that was maybe a sign of what was to come. And I've waited 100 years to tell you this story. of the talent I saw that day, and he was still studying at drama school. So, yeah, give it up for Mads.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I didn't know. I walked into the room today, and the guys were pitching me the game, and I was watching it, and all of a sudden the Hitman comes in, and I'm like, wait a second, is that David? So it was my very first thing I ever did.
Yeah.
And I got to shag his wife and kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what happens in this game.
Yeah. We'll call it 50-50. We'll call it a draw. Yeah, you killed me. Asshole. Okay.
It's so rare that, you've been able to work together for so long on different projects. It's actually an incredible story, and I'm happy that you were able to share that with us today, because when else would you have been able to tell that story otherwise? Yeah.
Thanks.
But I had no idea that you were Hitman.
No, but you killed me first.
And maybe second.
Yeah.
All right, so Mads, what was it like to reprise your iconic role as Le Chiffre for this Hitman mission, and how is it different than the movie?
It's different in the way that I'm not in a studio, I'm not in a set, I'm not wearing a costume. So obviously this is an imaginary world. I think I was doing the recording in Spain, and you guys were sitting in Denmark. And I knew the game because my son has been playing it forever. And how I fit in, I didn't know at that point, but I got a lot of notes about it, and then you guys was pitching every scene. And eventually I realized, why don't we just do every line in 5 different versions, and then you guys can play around with it. And that's kind of how I approached it, because I mean, there's so many different opportunities in every scenario. So to tell me how that worked half an hour for every scenario would be me standing there for 2 months. So we just dived in there. I don't know how you guys are doing it, but I mean, you might have a little more visual to work with.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, here you go.
I'm kind of all alone.
Yeah.
But,
so it's a different approach, obviously. I mean, it was great to come back to him. I was always, when I did the original, I loved the film, but I was always super angry when I read the script that, I mean, a Bond film, I'm an ex-gymnast, I'm really good at stunts, and the most crazy stunt I did in the film was folding 2 aces. It was like, oh God. So I'm so pleased that this character has actually got his hands on a little more.
Yeah. Listen, I think what's cool about this is, unlike the film, obviously, you get, as a player, to approach you, the target, in so many different ways. And I find that infinitely interesting, to use your imagination that way. Although I liked what you did to me, to James Bond in the movie, so that's another story.
Well, he deserved it. He took my money.
Yeah. Asshole.
All right, so David, you've been the voice of Agent 47 for many, many years now.
Many.
How do you keep the character fresh and engaging for both yourself and the fans?
How do
you keep the character fresh?
Oh, well, listen, in a way, it's kind of easy. I don't know if you have this thing, but one, I treat Agent 47 as my best friend, as I mentioned earlier. So I kind of thinking, I'm going to have a good time hanging out with my best friend. We'll work it out. But here's the other thing. I know he's this emotionless character without feelings and without moral. He's a killing machine. But I treat him sort of like a Frankenstein's monster, in a way, that he's somewhere deep down inside, he's looking for some kind of humanity. And though the dialogue is written very ice cold, and it should be delivered that way, I try to sneak in some kind of curiosity about how it might feel and to kill, or to what's this person going through. And secondly, I think of his backstory about wanting to know where he comes from. So it's a primitive thing, but I just keep having that in my head.
That's really cool. And Mads, you already talked about the difference between voice acting, being in the booth, and then being on set. Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah, it was super fun. Both of the things were fun. It was obviously fun to revisit him for a number of reasons. Also to just see that even though he looks young in the game, his voice is kind of more rusty now. It's apparently my mistake. No, it was super fun. I mean, you rarely get the chance to revisit a character in the movie business. You might do it on theater, but in the movie business, it's over, it's done, and then, what is it? Is it 18 years? Yeah. 18 years ago I did that character, and then he looked good, and I was happy to see him again.
Oh, you still look good. All right, so you face off Agent 47. Who is the world's best assassin?
Ooh.
In another high-stake poker game, how would Le Chiffre go about destabilizing such a fearsome opponent?
Well, obviously, Le Chiffre normally has henchmen and people to do the dirty work. So in terms of assassin, it's obviously Hitman. But if you face him in his environment, I think it's going to be a little uphill battle for Hitman.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you mentioned earlier to me that it's not just about me trying to kill you by winning at poker. There's a lot more going on, and I think I don't know. When James Bond stands there, you're kind of going, yeah, it's going to end well. But I think it feels more even. The playing field feels much more even, which is cool.
Yeah, and if you were playing Hitman yourself, Mads.
If I'm playing Le Chiffre?
Yeah, if you were playing the game yourself.
Or if I was playing Hitman trying to kill myself?
Yeah. Would you go in head on, or would you be stealthy about it?
I really can't answer that, but I know who's going to really enjoy killing me, my son. I mean, there's like a ton of ways to get past my character, and I can't wait to see his face going like, I have to do this again. So that's going to be fun. I mean, you're obviously playing Hitman, and it's a strange suicidal process for me to imagine that. Well, I'll download it. I'll play it. We'll see where it goes.
So if you had to give Agent 47 one piece of advice for his mission against you, what would it be?
Yeah, give Agent 47 an advice?
Oh.
Why would I? Yeah, I think it would be a smart choice to beat me at poker. That would be the easiest way for him. And if he can't do that, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not going to be easy killing this guy. I would just say this. I never thought of that before. Your son's going to be out there killing you. Well, I have news.
Probably playing right now.
Oh, no. Well, listen, I walked in on my daughter when she was playing Absolution some years ago, and she turned around and said, Dad, it's so cool hearing your voice in my ears as I strangle this nun. And I thought, can we just keep that inside the room, please? Yeah, so good luck.
That's incredible. So, Christian, what core themes or tone did you want to capture in the Bond story that sets it apart from previous interpretations of the film or the games?
Well, first of all, we're changing subject here.
Oh, yeah.
But,
getting serious.
Absolutely. I just want to say it's absolutely a blessing to just see the two of you together, and like for us to dream about it, Hakan and I, as you can probably imagine, it's been a really, really special mission for us, and it's been really enjoyable. Regarding a Bond, I think what we really wanted to find at the core was a young version. We kind of talked about the difference between who's 007 and who's James Bond as a concept. Trying to find out, how does he become the number? How does he, as we also talk about, the game is about earning the number, but it comes at a price. So we needed to figure out who is he in his his raw form, and what does being an agent actually do to him. And I think that's what we're really interested and curious about in the game as well.
That's really cool. So can you tease any unique mechanics or innovations that set this game apart from any other stealth or action titles?
Well, I think we're combining some really interesting elements. We're well known from Hitman games with a lot of freedom of approach, and obviously Bond is a little bit different, but he has a really big layer of improvisation, and he happens to get in trouble, but he also happens to have a lot of different solutions. So we wanted to capture that. But I think biggest leap for us was to make this seamless interplay between, physical melee action and, really good shooting combat. So it feels like you have a lot of options, whether you're in sort of an action part of the game, or whether you're more like, using your skills as a spy.
To be honest, I can't imagine another duo of games that fit more perfectly together, that share the same mechanics and everything. Yeah. So let's switch it a little bit. Adam, MindsEye looks like it blends narrative depth with action. What's the core experience you want players to walk away with?
We've really strived to make a very immersive and cinematic story. I think the kind of key experience one players have is kind of feel like they're playing through their favorite action movie, but they get to be the protagonist. They get to be in control of the action, and they get to go between these wonderful action set pieces. They get to immerse themselves and kind of meet interesting characters, and then just like high action, tension, and drama and spectacle. And we're really excited to get players in Red Rock on Tuesday.
That's exactly Tuesday. That's wild. And what would you say sets MindsEye apart from other narrative-led games in terms of like gameplay or structure?
Yeah, certainly there's a kind of a few unique things I'd say. In particular, we're trying to strike this balance between having a very well-paced story, but then also giving players lots of opportunities to have like kind of excursions and adventures. And I think Play MindsEye is a really elegant way to do that. As you're playing the story, you encounter these portals, and they give you a glimpse into into characters' backstories. Sometimes they just slice the fun gameplay. But if you don't want to kind of like break your immersion or kind of like you just want to press through the story, they're waiting for you in the Play MindsEye menu. And that's a place we're going to be populating with lots of great content. Every few weeks there'll be new stuff in there, new bits of gameplay. And I think it's going to be really exciting for players.
Yeah, and Hakan, the man himself, with Hitman World of Assassination, now seen as a modern classic in stealth gaming. How do you view the franchise's role in defining IOI as a studio today?
Well, Hitman has been, without a doubt, our flagship franchise. It all started with Hitman in a cellar, and 25 years later, here we are. And I would say many good games we've done throughout the years. But Hitman World of Assassination is kind of the culmination of long time coming of a franchise that really found itself, found its platform, and it's something we started 13 years ago, 14 years ago, envisioning and working on it, and then starting it from one episode to one game to 3 games, all melded into one universe. And it's been a long road, but as you saw today with the co-op edition, which we are extremely excited about, it's something that when we say it never sleeps, it never ends, we mean it.
That's beautiful. So with everything that has been said and everyone that's on this panel right now, thank you so much for today. I want to open it up to the room for any questions. I'm like, how do we do this? Oh, you have a mic. Okay, so
hands up and
yeah, hands up if you have a question. We got one right here in the middle. In the middle. Oh.
We got a mic. Mic is moving.
Okay, we're gonna start on the edge, I guess.
Oh. Hi. So one of my questions is specifically for talking about the new Bond game. Bond has had different types of pacing depending on the era of film that he's in. So I wanted to know, for First Light, are you all looking more towards a specific Bond? Are you moving faster or slower? And how are you all kind of drawing your inspirations from the different film eras of the character?
Want to take that, Hakan, or should
I can take it. Well, I think we've been asking ourselves that question, what is actually the inspiration for our Bond? But I think from the get-go, we tried to kind of leave that out. There's so many good legacy from 60 years of this franchise, but we really the whole spirit and core of First Light is to create something original, something that stands on its own, something that we can call our Bond for the gamers. And so I think it's difficult to say he's more like Roger Moore or more like Sean Connery and whatnot. I think he is his own young man, and I think where he differs the most is he's not like on top of his game with very comfortable in tuxedos and with the martinis yet. This is actually something he will learn along the way, right? So it's a young man, very hopeful, very optimistic, that's gonna grow through this experience. So I like to say that hopefully you'll feel that as well when you get the game in your hands, that we created something unique and on its own.
Hello? Hello, hi. All right. First of all, first Hitman I ever played was on Dreamcast. I'm aging myself here. You guys are amazing. Yes, the Sega Dreamcast. So thank you. And Mads, I just got done playing Death Stranding. You are amazing. It is awesome to see you in another game. So I had questions as far as your approach with this one versus the last one that you did. Was it any different, or did it just feel like you just jumped right back into it?
They belong in the same worlds in the sense that I don't have a setting. There's no sets. But the other one was more physical, that we were dressed up in green tights and had dots on our faces and a camera up here. And luckily I wasn't the only one. So, and here it was a pitch a couple of months before I did it, and we talked back and forth about it, and then I went into the studio and I did the voice for it. So there was a difference, for sure. Both had one thing in common. I had no idea what was going on. I had a hunch, but so what I saw today was just mind-blowing fun, because I in a film, I will be in the midst of it. Here, I'm on the outskirts of it, and then I see the product later. So I'm like you guys, I'm like crossing my fingers, yeah.
Thank you all for your time this evening. Very much appreciated. I want to get to the topic earlier about how Bond and Hitman share a lot of connective tissue, a lot of similarities. While that is an advantage, it also creates a bit of a pitfall. You don't want to make a Bond game that resembles Hitman a little too much. So what is the team doing to kind of avoid that and make sure that the two can stand by themselves as two now new pillars for IO?
So I think you're absolutely spot on. The journey we went on to even imagine building a Bond game was a journey of trying to figure out where is it not Hitman and where can we lean in on the strengths we do have. And also to Mads' point, just talking about the experience of actually being in a Hitman game. Hitman is a lot about like almost absolute freedom of choice. I know that's probably stretching it a little bit too far, but we really want you to be able to like imagine all sorts of scenarios as a player, and you can then do them on your own terms, which makes it extremely hard for actors to actually know, wait, what's going on? Like, and as the guys talked about, you have to record a lot of different reactions. Writers typically have to accept that what they write might not ever see daylight. People might not see it. They can miss it. I think Bond is like natively different there, because obviously we're telling a story. We're telling a story about a young hero, and obviously Agent 47 is an anti-hero, and we are driven by the story. We're driven by the plot, and that sets a certain type of pacing for the game. And so if we leaned 100% into Hitman, that pacing and that drama would kind of not really be there, because, well, I mean, most of you who've played Hitman know it stands still sometimes, right? You're just there in the middle of a level, you can just stand there and take it in and nothing happens, and that wouldn't really be great if we were doing James Bond. So I think you need to imagine that, yeah, we learned a lot about freedom of approach, we learned a lot about being creative with Hitman, and we want to inject as much of that as possible into a Bond universe and into a Bond story, but it's not the same thing.
Okay, we're going to take one more question because we want to give everyone time to go play the demos out in the lobby, okay?
Quick question about the characterization of some of the kind of iconic characters in the 007 franchise. We see a new take on not only Bond, but a new take on all of those characters as well. Can you talk a little bit about how important it was to kind of change that up as well for the team and give a new, fresh take on some of the iconic characters that we've seen in that series?
Okay, yeah, I'll happy to answer that. So obviously, like, as you can imagine, there is a vast legacy with those characters, and there are so many interactions that people expect and they want to see in the game, and so we're obviously very mindful of that. And obviously in the future, like not for now, we'll dig into how that unfolds. I'm sure you saw in the graphic behind Hakan when he was talking about Bond, we introduced a new character to the mix between Moneypenny, M and Q, and so we're obviously super excited to talk a little bit about that as we move forward. But for now, we'll save some of that ammo.
I'd like to remind everyone that we're going to continue to do interviews in the lounge and I think in here as well, but we are going to conclude that for the night. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for everyone who's watching to celebrate this with us. They deserve it all. Thank you so much. Okay, this is one of the best parts of the night. Whenever the celebration is not over, it's still continuing, and we get to all hang out at the end and try the games and pretty much just enjoy each other. Jade, what was some of your favorite things that you've seen throughout the day?
Oh boy. So first off, I would say that what was mind-blowing was the footage of the first light with 007. I think that was one of the games where I was like, I see a little bit of it. You saw a little bit more, but the actual game, or the pre-alpha footage, I should say, it was very, very exciting to see. A very, very pretty game. I also like the different designs of the classic characters, like Q, Moneypenny. So I'm very, very excited to see what comes next because they have a whole roadmap of reveals, which is very interesting to me.
Yes, we have a lot more coming out, and I think one of the coolest things is it's an origin story, which is something that I think is so unique to the James Bond story. Yeah, and so is there anything else that really stood out to you throughout the day?
I'm big fan of Hitman, so of course the updates, Mads Mikkelsen himself, being a guest character, that's really, really exciting. I was very interested in the poker mechanics. For me, I'm not a big fan, or I don't know that much about poker, let me say that. So I'm going to have to get at least a little bit better at it to hopefully do the minigame.
You can play some Balatro and actually get some experience playing Balatro. Maybe that will help a little bit. I don't know.
A little practice. Any excuse to play more Balatro, I'm good.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for showing up today. I hope you had fun, and we're going to get more people to interview soon. And we're back. We're back with another interview. Tell me one of your favorite things about today.
Hitman and all things Hitman. Listen, my mom and I have been playing Hitman since I was able to hold a controller. And Hitman has a special place in both of our hearts, and that's how we bond together. We used to just go through all the missions over and over doing crazy stuff. Like, let's throw this prop. Let's change into this disguise. So Hitman was the highlight of the showcase.
You have to tell David Bateson that. He would love to hear that.
Oh my gosh. Who doesn't love mom and daughter gamers? Truly. Like, come on.
And you'll be able to couch co-op.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hitman, again, big part of my career as a gamer. I just can't wait. In MindsEye, I have a good eye on that one, that's for sure. The graphics are gorgeous. The gameplay, I'm intrigued to see what they cook up.
I am too. And I love that I can play it next week, right?
I know, right? The roadmap, I love that, by the way. Being transparent with your community is probably the biggest thing to do right now with this year of gaming. So just seeing the roadmap of everything we're getting, the Twitch drops, all the fun stuff, I'm looking forward to it all.
There is so much with Hitman, specifically Hitman. I mean, there is also a lot coming out with 007, but Hitman I was on stage being like, yes, switch to iOS co-op. Is there anything I'm missing?
Yeah, and just looking over right now, it looks really good on Switch 2. So if you're worried about it, don't be worried about it. The frame rate is crisp and it looks great.
All right, have a wonderful night. I hope you get to play a little bit of it tonight, and thank you for coming. Of course. Oh, hello, we're live. Well, thank you for coming today. And I heard you went to the Summer Games Fest and then IOI. It's been a fun day of gaming. What were some of your favorite pulses of the day?
Ooh, it's really hard to pick, but I'm going to be honest, I got very excited for Mads Mikkelsen. I cannot believe a franchise like Hitman, you know that they're going to bring a good star to it, but it's still exciting to see that they got an actor of Mads' caliber. So I'm very excited for him to join the franchise.
And him being here, you got to see him at Summer Games Fest, but then we had a little surprise and he showed up for the panel here today. He is actually such an amazing human and so nice.
Yeah.
And then David Bateson. It's so cool having the voice actors here. So what, I would say, out of the titles that you've seen, is there one that's most exciting to you?
Honestly, I feel like it's going to sound like a cop-out to say Hitman, but it really is. It was such a pandemic game for me that got me through so many hours of just being in the house, staring at my screen all the time. And I'm so excited for the new content that they have coming up, especially the co-op Hitman. Yeah. That's what I'm most excited for.
There's not enough co-op out there, and I said that earlier today, and I'm so excited that it was announced, and I can't wait for it. Yeah. But have you been able to play it yet?
Not yet. Honestly, I was too excited to come over and say hi to you. So once we're done here, then I have to go and sit down and play it.
Okay, well, let's get going. Let's go. I'm seeing multiple shirts here. The Road to Tokyo. We are with Lord Cognito. Look at this. Look at this. Good. How was the show for you today?
Fantastic, fantastic. I really like to see IO's advancement in the space. I'm a huge fan of the new take on Bond, the younger Bond. And then obviously I'm a huge fan of the Hitman franchise and to see where things are going. So I thought the presentation was fantastic.
It was so special and so fun. Let's move over just a little bit. It was fun to see everything and to actually have Mads and David Bateson show up. I think the fans, it was cool to hear the fans' reactions.
Yes, absolutely. Legends in the space. And again, if you love stealth, you love espionage, and then obviously we got a chance to see more MindsEye, which was really cool. You know what I mean? We got our drone action, and I'm always about stealth, infiltration. So IO speaks to me on a larger level. So I thought it was a really fantastic showcase.
Great, yeah. So you are a fan of IO games. You're planning on playing the new Hitman.
Yes.
Not new Hitman, like the updates and everything. And then 007 First Light.
Yes.
And MindsEye. Is there anything specific that you just like can't wait to get your hands on?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I love what you guys are doing as far as the celebrity targets. Le Chiffre, Casino Royale, that hits home. So I love stuff like that. And the fact that there's gonna be a potential roadmap for future celebrity targets. I'm excited to get my hands on.
I think the image said that there's 2 more coming this year.
Yes.
This year?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to play it today?
Yes. And we got a chance to play on the Nintendo Switch 2. Very impressed, which I just got mine. I was on a long line, but I survived. And I got it. But yeah, played it. Fantastic. Love to see that the Switch is getting support from IO in a big way. And to play the Hitman games, that's what I'm talking about.
Now you can take Hitman with you everywhere, literally on the Switch 2 and your phone.
And on the plane.
on your way home.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming today. It's been amazing seeing everyone come and celebrate with us, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
You too. We literally just pulled this man off of the Switch 2. He was playing. I need to know what your thoughts are.
10 out of 10. Solid game. No, actually really having a lot of fun with it. Typically I play FPS games, like more competitive games, but I've just recently got a Switch 2, so I'm definitely going to be hopping on that soon. Because I'm looking forward to the new James Bond game as well. So that's a good warm-up, I reckon.
You did say earlier you've never played Hitman before, so now you're going to get Hitman on your Switch too?
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Actually, no, that's a lie. So I did play one Hitman game when I was a little bit younger, but that's definitely a step up.
Absolutely. Okay, in your opinion, who would win in a fight against Agent 47 and James Bond?
James Bond, I'm British. Has to be James Bond.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, aren't I?
No, I mean I think it's a fair fight, to be honest.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I think you went the safe route with that. Yeah. Was there anything tonight that you were the most excited to see?
Definitely the James Bond game. I want to see a bit more gameplay of that. But what took me away was the dance. That was the highlight for me. I really liked the dance. That was cool. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, everyone truly was surprised by that. I saw the rehearsal for that this morning, and I was like, that's really cool.
You know what they were doing? They were taking the stuff off the stage, and then these guys were coming in. It looked like the neon suits, but I thought, nah, that makes no sense. And then it looked really cool.
And then all the lights go off.
Yeah.
I don't actually think the chat got to see that, actually.
No.
No, that was special for the audience that was here today.
Cool. That's
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for showing up and actually getting your hands on the Switch 2 and celebrating with us.
Yeah, thank you for the interview.
Yeah. All right, we have someone else here with a beautiful purse, by the way.
Like that? That's Gucci right there.
Oh, look at that.
I just got that. Yeah.
So you got to actually play a little bit of Hitman today. What do you think? I
got to play it on the Switch 2, actually, out here in the showcase. I really loved it, honestly. It was I love being able to sit down at a table and play poker. That was really cool. And then I threw a wrench at somebody and he was like.
People are having a lot of fun with the demos.
Yeah, exactly. And then what happened? I walked into some room, and the guards saw me. I took the guy I knocked out clothes, and then eventually they caught on to me, and they took me out. I don't know what I can say on here, but they took me out. Yeah.
Wait. So you disguised yourself.
I disguised myself.
And then you ended up getting caught and died?
Okay, here's what happened. I disguised myself. I started dragging, I walked away, and I'm like, oh, wait, I have to drag the body because this is a Hitman game. I tried to hide the body, and then they caught me trying to hide it. And then I tried walking.
Mid-dragging?
Yeah. And then I tried hiding the body, and then I got up acted casual, and I'm at first they were oh, he's good. And then they caught on to me eventually, and then started shooting me. I'm and then they took me out. I'm ah. And it was hard because I forgot the buttons for the Switch because it's twisted almost. So it was I don't know, I forgot the buttons. It was messing me up, and then they took me out. It killed me. Yes.
Okay, so maybe whenever you do it again, you will actually complete the mission.
100%.
We'll see. Yeah. But for everyone at home, it is free to play if you download it. You don't have to own the game. It is literally free to download tonight. Was there anything from the night that was the most exciting to you?
What was the most exciting to me? The guy that voiced Hitman was on the stage. That was really cool. And he was
David Bateson.
Yep. And then he was talking to the other guy,
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yep. He was talking to him, and it was cool because they went over how they knew each other from school or college or film school, and they had a really interesting story that they told about how they what was it?
They were working on a short film together.
Yep.
And it was their first experience working together. And you know what? Today was the first time they've seen each other.
Exactly.
And they both saw each other, and they were we have a story, and they're we have to tell that story tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I thought that was cool because I'm you guys have been working together for over 25 years, but didn't know.
Exactly. I don't know, it was cool. It was cool stories, and then they showed off some MindsEye gameplay, which looked pretty cool. They bleeped out some dialogue, so I'm looking forward to playing it and seeing how it is, though. Yeah, it's awesome.
And you can do that on Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Signing out.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We had so many announcements and reveals and deep dives and talks and trailers, and it was so special to be able to share that with you. Again, there is the Le Chiffre mission that you can play for free right now. Doesn't matter if you own the game. So there's a lot coming out, a roadmap of a lot more announcements this year, and you're going to be able to play 007 next year. So again, thank you so much. Hope you had a wonderful night. We'll be back.